Atlantis: The Lost Empire is one of those lesser known Disney films. It didn't really do all that well in the box office. No, so it's not like held up on the level of Snow White, the first movie, or Lion King, in my opinion, grandest movie of Disney. Not their greatest, but the most magnificent. Anyways, enough about that. On with the story. So the main focus of the movie centers around the discovery of this book called The Shepherd's Journal. This Shepherd's Journal apparently can lead to the finding of the lost city of Atlantis. So, it's sort of like left over from their Atlanteans, I guess you could say, and it details how to get there. So, yeah, I guess it is very important to the story. And, like I said, it's the center of the story, really, because when in doubt, go to the Shepherd's Journal. Anyways, Milo Thatcher. Yeah, a weird name in my opinion. Milo Thatcher? Anyways, he serves as the movie's hero, I guess you could say, though a geeky hero. He doesn't really fit the mold of the typical hero, especially in a Disney movie, which I guess kind of makes him extremely good as a character. He's one of the more developed characters in the movie. When I say more developed characters, I mean he's not a 100% living stereotype. Yeah, they're all stereotypes. Anyways, Thatcher is sort of like this weird outcast of society because he believes Atlantis is real and he wants to prove it's real, so naturally it's a Disney movie, so he's going to find proof that Atlantis is real, obviously. Thus comes in the second character to actually have character, the eccentric millionaire who's going to fund the operation, who knew Thatcher's grandfather, and Thatcher's grandfather sent him the Shepherd's Journal after discovering it. So, yeah. He is one of the only three characters in the movie with a definitive character. He's a weird, eccentric loner. He's basically Thatcher's character. A weird, eccentric loner, only it's unlike Milo Thatcher. He has quite obviously a massive fortune to be able to fund this expedition. Anyways, he funds the expedition, which is clearly not headed by the person in charge of the actual expedition part. You know, it clearly not the villain. Yeah, I'm joking. He is the villain. It's pretty obvious, though, isn't it, that that's the villain? You know, that he's going to be the villain of the movie. It totally just screams it, and that's kind of actually disappointing. I mean, I didn't really like him as a villain, really. I thought he was just the stereotypical villain in a movie that has a lot of stereotypes, as I mentioned before. But whatever. Anyways, they go on. They prepare for this expedition where we meet the only character with no development that just shows up out of nowhere, but still looks incredibly awesome. The Goliath. That's right. The Goliath is in this movie, and it is awesome. Just a really cool design for the Goliath, and I appreciate that. Anyways, they make it through these various perilous tasks, and things they have to like avoid and all that, and eventually make it to Atlantis. And lo and behold, it's not exactly uninhabited. And this is where we meet the final and last character with actual character development. The Princess of Atlantis. Kieda, I think is how you pronounce it. Yeah, Kieda. Anyways, yeah, she's the only other character in this movie which actual character development and an actual personality that isn't a massive stereotype. So, yeah. I don't know why she never got to be a Disney princess. She is a princess after all. Anyways, well, there. Surprise, surprise. Guy I mentioned before is the villain. We've already discussed this, how you've already figured that out in like 2.5 seconds, but whatever. He ends up trying to steal this so-called mythical thing that's like floating in the sky. It's like really pretty and coloring. Only for the daughter of the king, Princess Kieda, to weirdly go into this trance at the sight of it and be absorbed by it somehow. I don't really understand that scene all that well. That was her being like all absorby, glowy and all that. Anyways, she ends up getting stolen by the villain, so naturally they go and Milo Thatcher wants to go and rescue her, so they awaken all this old ancient technology and have an actually pretty interesting and entertaining action scene. So yeah, that was actually one of the highlights of the movie. So the animation itself isn't like grand or anything. It's not like the Disney Renaissance animation, so it's still fairly good. The characters are very well voice acted, even the ones that are stereotypes that get practically no development. So, yeah. Anyways, there's never really standouting of the music. None of the music was really standoffish and all that. It fit the movie quite well most of the time. So, Atlantis Lost Empire isn't a perfect movie by any means. It's actually got quite a few problems here or there, such as a bore fest of a villain, really, and some stereotypes that may or may not could be considered just a tiny bit racist. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that thought that the doctor guy and the explosive guy and the digger and the lady on the team were a little bit, were kind of racist stereotypes. I always thought the dynamite guy was like Russian or something. But I don't know, found them kind of like a little cringeworthy at times. It didn't ruin the movie for me. It was just like, I'm pretty sure that's a little offensive to somebody somewhere. Anyways. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to say but to rate this movie. And it gets a 2.5. Yeah, I'll give it a 2.5 thumbs up. Like I said, some of the characters I felt were a little like racist stereotypes, especially stereotypes of other countries and stuff. Anyways, but yeah. That's my review of Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Yeah, you should definitely check it out if you haven't seen it yet. I wouldn't recommend like going out wasting too much money. But yeah, watch it at least once. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you.